Workplace injuries cost employers billions upon billions of dollars all across the US. But there's one particular type of injury that's easily avoidable. We're going to be talking about that and more on this episode of the Business Life and Coffee Show. Check it out. Hey, thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Business Life and Coffee Show. Now, because we have a very special guest and our interview ran really long because it was so good, I really enjoyed talking with this person, and there was a lot of ground to cover to help you at work. We're going to skip over Mama I Made It and While You Were Working. But be sure to check out social media for us to share some articles and things that are happening while you're working, and for us to celebrate some of the heroes that are here in our country during the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic. So I am excited for this special guest. You don't want to miss them. And we're going to get right into it after this break.
Jumpstart HR is changing the face of the HR industry with their outsourcing, project consulting, and phone support, enabling startups and small businesses to outsource their HR needs from anywhere in the U.S., from new business and legal compliance to employee performance management and outplacement services. Within the business community, Jumpstart HR is a trusted and reliable service. In fact, companies like Forbes, HR.com, and Inc. magazine have all featured Jumpstart HR for their easy-to-use, hourly, monthly, and on-call support that is tailored specifically to each client's needs. This saves clients like you a lot of time and money. To learn more, schedule your free HR evaluation today at jumpstart-hr.com/contact.
All right, we are ready to transition into our next segment of the Business Life and Coffee Show, which is Coffee Shop Q&A. Coffee Shop Q&A is the virtual mentorship and interview segment of our podcast. And I often like to bring guests where they're a lot smarter than I am on various topics. And because we're in the midst of coronavirus and a lot of stay-at-home in place orders, we have a need to talk about something that is super important, and that is your workstation. We may forget that one of the top reasons why people get injured at work is an ergonomically incorrect workstation. And according to the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, also known as OSHA for my HR folks, they say adapting tasks, workstations, tools, and equipment to fit the worker can help reduce physical stress on a worker's body and eliminate many potentially serious disabling work-related musculoskeletal disorders. Each year, MSDs account for more than, get this, $15 billion in workers' compensation costs. So it is super important that we do everything we can to protect our bodies at work, because it's costly. And I want to talk about ergonomics at the workplace with someone who knows all about it and have several products to assist. Tran, which is, she's the Chief Marketing Officer for Autonomous. So I want to bring Chi onto the show. Good day. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I am great. I'm so glad that you've joined me. I'm embarrassed about my office setup, so you're not going to see my desk and chair. But I know that I am excited about to try some of the Autonomous products. And your company, Autonomous, the goal is to promote the future where science and technology progress humanity. Could you tell us a little bit about the origin story of the Autonomous brand?
Yeah, sure. I can tell you about that. So, we are a group of engineers, and then we started Autonomous Story in New York in 2015. And at that time, we set out to build office product to help people to work smarter. And funny story, like at the beginning, we solely focused on robotic and artificial intelligence. But after we launched our first office assistant robot, we just realized that the robot is cool, but it could not be applied to many people in the market. So we shifted our focus to everyday products such as desk and chair. And because like we have a lot of experience in high tech and then robotic manufacturing.
So you all shifted from this robot and you wanted to have a greater application to more businesses and more individuals. So what was that shift like? What was the next step in the business?
It was struggle at first because like we was working on cool product like robots, right? And then we shift to like when people ask us, what are you working on? It's like office product. It's like it's dune. It's not sexy at all. So it was a major decision that we decided to shift our focus. And then we think that because like when we shift to office product, we could help more people to work smarter, to be more productivity, to be healthier in their working life. Yeah. So that was our story. Yeah.
Yeah. And what foresight, right? Because as you're building this company in 2015 and you're marketing and you're making the shift from autonomous robots and some pretty cool robots. I've seen the website. It looks pretty awesome. I want one for my house, but you're shifting because we're also seeing a trend at the same time of knowledge workers and a lot of more small businesses launching. And so these small businesses, they've got to start from scratch, right? They've got to get their furniture, their office supplies. And what better type of company to work with in getting that and someone who understands ergonomics and who understands the value of really good design and the value of technology. I know that you have quite a few competitors in your space. So what makes autonomous different? Why do you stand out?
Well, that is the question that everyone asks us. And then if you look at our flagship product like SmartDesk and ergonomic chair, it's easy to say that our competitor are furniture company like Uplift or Fully. But we believe that it's self-shock of who we are and then what we are doing here at Autonomous. Like right now, if you look at our full portfolio of product, you're going to see telecommuting robot that help people to work remotely better. And then also we just launched a Zen working pod that can help you work at home and be more focused. So we feel like we are playing in a unique market that no one tapped into. And we think that is lucky. And we believe that what makes us stand out is the technology behind our team.
So what is it about this technology that sets you apart?
So remember that I mentioned our team was working on robotic and artificial intelligence before. So we actually right now we apply a lot of our experience in robotic manufacturing into producing everyday smart office product like desk and chair. So that could help us to provide excellent quality product like desk and chair to people at the most affordable price in the market. So in some, it's like we provide better value product for people. And also like we apply our expertise into creating like still all the product like robot and also the Zen work pod that we're gonna ship in June. Like imagine that we're gonna ship a house to you for you to work remotely, to be focused. And we're gonna set it up in like 2 days and we assembly everything for you. If you don't like it, you can return it within 30 days. Imagine there's going to be a day that you're going to buy house or like working room, just like buying vegetable in the market.
Wow. That's exciting because I think about one of my wife's favorite places to shop is IKEA. And sometimes I wish that you could just, when you walk down the hallways, you see that they have a room all put together. And it's like, I wish I had this room in my house. I wish I had that room in my house. But you're saying that there will be a day where you can come and you can order a room and your brand will put it together. That's exciting. Let's bring things a little bit to the here and now. I know that in this day and age, something that is super critical is workplace injuries, right? So people are getting hurt on the job. Yes, there are slips. Yes, there are falls. But a lot of what makes people injured on the job is their workstation. Whether there's eye strain because the computer isn't high enough or it's too low, or you bend over to pick up a piece of paper and you fall out your chair, or you get carpal tunnel because you're not aligned the right way. I'm no expert at this, but I imagine that ergonomics is important. What has your team discovered about ergonomics and why it's important at work?
I think it's really simple. Like for us, it's really simple. Ergonomics is just like being comfortable at work. And I think for us, like for employees like us, being comfortable at work means that we will not damage our health along the way, and we're gonna be in better shape. We will have more energy at work. We're gonna produce more at the same time and the same effort that we're gonna put into work. And then as the person who in the leadership team, I feel that ergonomic not only benefit our employees, it also benefit us as employers, because we're gonna get more out of our employees. We don't have to push them really hard. They can produce better performance because they have increased productivity, and they are more happy at work. It means that they're gonna stick with it for the long run.
Yeah. Happy employees are employees who stick around for a while. What are you seeing with people who get injured, and how are your products specifically helping with that?
So I think there are two reasons that people get injured at work. One is people have poor posture, and then the office product right now, they don't support people to have the right posture or to adjust their posture. And then people don't really realize that, but poor posture can lead to, like you said, back pain or stiffness neck, and then it can sometimes one health risk that it will cause spine alignment, and that can block your blood vessel, and in the long run it can cause cardiovascular disease, and that's really, really risky. That's really serious. And the second thing is that because we are working at work at least 8 hours every day, and a lot of people have the tendency to be sedentary at work. They don't move around a lot, so that will affect our physical activity in the long run, or can cause obesity or diabetes. So when we developed our product, we just based on two things: how we can improve people posture, that we produce ergonomic office chair that can help people to support their back and then lower the back pain in the long run. And also when we produce the SmartDesk, we think that the SmartDesk will help motivate people to move more, and moving more at work means that you're going to be more dynamic, you're going to get more energy into your body, and then can help you to be more productive. And you get more out of your work. You don't have to stay late at work because you don't finish your work just because you cannot focus into that.
Yeah. I think just knowing that you have the ability to sit or stand at your desk is going to motivate you, and you just see that button staring at you and you say, oh, let me stand up for a few minutes, and then I can stand up while I'm taking a call, or stand up if I really want to focus and think. And then maybe if I'm doing some web browsing or research, I can sit in my ergonomically correct chair. So with that being said, the case for ergonomics is relevant. We've already talked about how much it costs employers and workers' comp claims. But now with us all sheltering in place and at home, and this likely being a trend for quite some time, how is business? Are you seeing that individuals are purchasing products as we move to a more remote work environment? Are businesses doing large purchase orders and then shipping them out to staff? What are you seeing?
So of course that we see a lot of like individual purchase coming to our website right now. Actually, like 80% of our revenue or our sales come from individual purchase. But one thing that warmed my heart is like you just said, a lot of business reach out to us and ask us whether we can give promotion for them to buy office equipment for their employees working from home. So it's nice to know that businesses are still taking care of their employees, even we are in the middle of the crazy situation like this.
Yeah. And so how are you adjusting to the pandemic? How's the business? Is it changing how you ship? Is it changing how you interact with customers? I'm sure that a lot of it happens online and not so much face to face, but I'm just curious with every business, but now yours specifically, how are you adapting to the pandemic?
So we are lucky. Yeah, to be honest, we are lucky that in the beginning of March, I actually came across several articles on Hacker News that say the pandemic. No, that was not called the pandemic at that time. They just said like an article on Bloomberg or something. They say coronavirus is going to be a test for people to work from home, like worldwide test for people to work from home. And before the corona pandemic, our team was focusing on working with business because like 60% of our sales came from business customer. And at that time, I decided that we're going to do a campaign that promote office equipment for people to work from home. So looking at all the office furniture company, we actually move faster than them, like half of a month or even a month or so. So we really was catching a trend on working remotely before the COVID-19 was a pandemic.
Yeah.
So that we're lucky. About the shipping, about operation, actually we are struggling with operation right now. Like all of our customer service team are working from home, and then we cannot accept phone calls, and then there is a huge raging demand. Like we see triple sales in the last 2 months. So our customer service team have to handle like triple of the number of customer, and we cannot hire fast enough. And then we are experiencing a struggle with FedEx. Right now, they can only provide us one trailer every day. That means that we can only ship like 500 shipment every day, while we need at least 3,000 shipment to be out every day.
Yeah.
And then customers are frustrated left and right, and then our team are frustrated as well, because like we even offer FedEx to pay them more to get more trailers to us, and then they just say like they can't.
Yeah.
So we are shifting our shipping service with UBS right now, and luckily that they are doing good. We hopefully that we can sort out all of the problem at the end of the month. Yeah, but it's been a crazy situation.
Well, it sounds like you have a good problem to have, where there is a high surge in demand, which is extremely great. With this surge of demand, I wonder if it's people who are working from home. I wonder if it's people who have just been staring at their home office setup and are like, oh goodness, it's time for some spring cleaning, right? It's time to revamp it. Why do you think it's important to have a home office, whether you're currently working from home or not? What's the benefit of a home office in general?
Well, I actually had my home office like long before the pandemic, so I could say from my personal experience. So I think the first thing is that life doesn't always revolve around business offices, right? We need to grow ourselves personally, and then having a home office put we in the mood to grow ourselves, to work every day in our personal things. And then the second thing for that is like having a home office can put you to be in the right posture. Even you don't work at your personal thing, sometimes you need to work from home for your business, because like there is accident or like the pandemic right now, so we need to have the backup for that. And the third thing is like it increase your side hustle. Like you are doing a postcard, and then you are an entrepreneur yourself.
Yeah.
That's having a home office motivate you to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. I love what you're saying, because a lot of time there's tons of quotes on the internet that say, you work your 9 to 5 and then you come home and you don't work on your stuff because you're tired or exhausted. But having that home office is going to make you feel motivated to say, oh, I'm going to spend 30 minutes and work on my book, or I'm going to spend 15 minutes and work on my blog, or, I'm going to take an hour and research drop shipping. You can find the time, and it's better to do that at an office and not on a comfy couch, right? Or not in the bed where you may either roll over and watch Netflix or roll over and go to sleep. I think having that clear place of where you're going to work on your own projects, 15 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day can do a lot more than 0 minutes a day, so I really do believe that. You mentioned earlier that there was the AI robot, the video chat robot, and I saw it on the website, and there's a link for those of you who want to purchase some of the products and to view the robot. There's a link in the show notes for you to take a look. But when people go and they see this robot, what are they going to see? Paint the picture for them.
So that's actually a project that we co-branding with California labs. They call Army Labs, and we are producing autonomous Army telepresence robot. It mainly help you to work remotely more efficient. Like right now, when we are working remotely, we feel that we are lacking of communication with our colleagues. So it feels that, and sometimes it feels that we don't really have authentic connection with them. And so we are producing a telepresence robot to help you to be present at the office. That would help if you, like right now our founder, he is in New York, and then the situation in New York is terrible right now.
Yeah.
He can use the present robot to talk and just to run around the office, like pump in anyone and then talk to them, having an authentic connection with him. And also having a telepresence robot would help you when you are stuck somewhere and all the people will be back in the office. Or just imagine there's going to be a day you're going to have a warehouse, and sometimes you have to check inventory and you could not. The flight ticket from like New York to California are gonna be expensive. Just buy a robot and you're gonna see, and you can run around the warehouse to check everything.
Yeah.
So,
I even imagine, if you're speaking of travel, if you're stuck in a layover, right? But you were trying to get back to the office, have your robot running around and saying, "Hey guys, sorry I couldn't make it, but I'm stuck in Chicago, but I really wanted to be here to say hi to you today." And then even I could imagine celebrities or CEOs, putting the robot on, putting the person's face on the robot and having them stream as they walk around a conference or a music festival or something where they can like see the robot and where people can see the robot and interact with it. And it's a safe way to have that personal experience, because let's say someone in a rush of excitement tackles this, Justin Bieber robot. Justin's okay because, he's not getting tackled. It's the robot, and I'm sure it's pretty durable. So I see some pretty fascinating use cases for this, and I can't wait to see it developed and rolled out and adopted in mass settings. So, what are your thoughts on that? Would you shake hands with a Justin Bieber robot, or I don't know who you like, but
For sure. For sure. That's the opportunity, right? Yeah, we also like have the several movement of the robot. Like the robot can nod the interface like we are nodding.
Oh wow!
Agreeing with people a lot. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so cool. That's so cool. So tell people where they can go to find more information about Autonomous, about this video chat robot, about any specials that you're having. How can people get in contact with you, and how can people get in contact with Autonomous?
So it's easy. Go to our website, autonomous.ai. AI means that artificial intelligence, like the root of everything of our story. Just go to autonomous.ai. You're gonna see everything in there, from the SmartDesk to ergonomic chair to the Omni robot. Just like autonomous.ai/Omni robot, you're gonna find the robot and the video demonstrating how it knocked along the way with you. And then if you want to get to me personally, just email me at g@autonomous.nyc, and that's it.
All right. Awesome. Well, G, you've been a phenomenal guest. I can't wait to test out my new furniture, my new setup, and I will have to share pictures and reach out to you for tips on maximizing my space. I've enjoyed talking with you. I wish you continued success with the brand. And again, if you're listening or watching the show and you want more information on how to purchase, there will be a link in the show notes. And you can also visit our website at businesslifeandcoffee.com for more information. So this has been another episode of the Business Life and Coffee Show, and I will see you next week.